dresses. What else do you want me to tell you?
Holy moly, she's a thick bitch.
So most people probably saw the poster on Netflix that people got outraged about, and rightfully so. It's for a movie called Cuties. The name alone sounds pretty creepy, considering it's about little girls. As Netflix describes it, it's about some girls twerking in a dance competition. I don't think twerking and little girls should ever be used in the same sentence. That's just me. Call me crazy. Now, since people have gotten outraged at the way Netflix advertised the movie, a lot of people have come forward and said, hey, the movie's not actually that bad. It's actually a really good movie. It won a bunch of awards. It's trying to show how the entertainment industry sexualizes little girls, which is all fine and good, but you're sexualizing little girls in the process. So, yeah, Netflix shouldn't have used that poster, but I mean, they took it from your movie. So, I mean, those outfits, those girls wearing those outfits are in your movie. You made them wear those. So it's kind of hard to say, oh, it's a good movie, and it's trying to say we shouldn't be doing this while you're actually doing it. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the Cuties Netflix situation because it's kind of been covered to death already, and that's not really what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is a much bigger problem going on in America than the movie Cuties, and no one seems to care about it. And it's actually, I assume, what the movie Cuties was made to basically discuss and disavow. So the movie Cuties is parodying dance contests that are actually still happening and still being widely covered on reality TV. It's so weird how people are outraged about this movie, but see ads for toddlers and tiaras and dance moms and don't seem to care. Like, seriously, I had a friend that posted an article about how Netflix is disgusting for showing this movie poster and for talking about girls twerking, and then the very next day posted a little teaser for Dance Moms where they're screaming at little girls and making them dress up just like in the movie, and didn't get the irony that she was supporting that, but whatever. It's like if someone made a movie describing a real murder and everyone got pissed off that the movie was glorifying an actual person's death and then saw an ad for the first 48 and was like, oh, cool, no problem here. And I know a lot of people have already made videos on these types of reality shows, but why does everyone come together for a movie like Cuties, but not when it's real competitions and reality shows? To me, this shit is a much bigger problem. I mean, this is going on all over America. To me, they shouldn't just not be showing this on TV, but they shouldn't even be having these competitions. I mean, look at this shit. This is so fucked. This is way worse than the Cuties poster. And this is just one set of outfits that they're wearing. This is promo material for the show, which means they saw the girls wearing this and they're like, oh man, this will get people to watch. So I mean, what type of audience do they want? They have to know who's watching it, right? And look at some of these images for Dance Moms. This is just disgusting. You can't look at the Cuties poster and look at the Dance Moms poster and tell me that one is worse than the other. So let me jump into it. So Dance Moms has 4 spin-off shows, 224 episodes, and is still streaming on Hulu, Amazon, Sling, Tubi, basically every streaming service. Instead of like a 2-hour movie degrading children, you get 6 full days of content at your fingertips.
Oh shit, look at the state of this. Dirty, dirty fucker.
I also want to talk about the awards and controversies from the show. Yes, this show has won awards. It's won quite a few awards from Nickelodeon and the Teen Choice Awards, which tells you the primary demographic for the show is children and people who really, 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 really like children. Now for the controversies. So, Season 2, they decided to have an episode called Topless Showgirls. The reality show episode about little girls dancing and wearing costumes is called Topless Showgirls. The episode was teaching the girls how to do burlesque dancing and had the little girls wearing flesh-colored bras to make them appear topless. This episode has been removed, which is good, but hey, there's about 223 more episodes you forgot to get rid of. I mean, seriously, if this is the type of shit they're doing, they should not be in charge of little girls. Come on, man. And to the parents, is the extra cash worth degrading your daughter? I'm sure she won't have any issues later on in life. Not only is this disgusting to show these kids these outfits, this is such an unhealthy environment. They're constantly screaming and yelling at the kids and making them cry. It's just so unhealthy. Like, check out this clip. This is how they're treating the little girls on this show.
Nia, I'm not going to get on your case. It is not worth my energy. You are not worth my energy.
That is so wrong.
Remember when you played Little League and you missed a ball and your coach was all, yeah, me neither, because that's super unhealthy. They're kids. Let them have fun.
You know what? You're done. The people that were in here dancing are 1,000 times better than you. Go somewhere else and work on it.
There's nothing like working with Abby. You almost have to get your heart and your mind in a certain mode to be able to work with Abby.
Oh, she's crying. Uh-oh. What's wrong?
He's yelling at me.
Congratulations, Snorlax, you made a little kid cry. This Stay Puft piece of shit is Abby. Now, I'm not one to fat shame.
Ava, you're too tall for us today. You're cut. Thank you. You can go. Is that clear enough for you?
Fat bitch. But in all seriousness, it's not right to go after her looks when she is so much more ugly on the inside.
I have an empty room and I have 30 kids shoved into Studio B practicing. I just gave you a combination and you couldn't remember it 2 seconds later.
Wow, it's almost as if she's a little kid.
That's what he means. She keeps being mean to me.
A kid who's the only one that got a solo shouldn't be up there crying.
She's right.
And shame on the mom that lets this psychopath scream at their kids like this. She's right? No, that's your kid. Stick up for her. I guess that's why you're letting people dress your kid up like an adult and parade her around on national TV. You're a terrible parent. If a fully grown adult is screaming at my child to the point that she makes her cry, that person is gonna feel my wrath. Any parent that loves their kid would say the same. The fact that this lady is like, oh, no big deal. Just yell at my kid, that's fine. Do you even care about her? I'm gonna show a quick clip from the episode that got pulled. And the reason I'm showing it is because this is still available on YouTube and still has a pretty good like to dislike ratio. Not to mention, Abby, the one that made these costumes, still defends these outfits and still thinks that this was a fine choice to make. If this doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what will.
The spring has sprung, new day begins. Wind at my heels, I'm carried away.
Our costumes were just stunning on the girls. So I think that my moms are gonna keep their mouths shut about costumes from now on.
What a terrible person.
Mackenzie struts across the stage. She owned this dance.
Your love's the flame.
I'm listening to the audience hoot and holler at my 10-year-old, and I have never been so mortified.
Well, maybe you should have protected your daughter instead of putting her on the show for all of the creeps to get off on. So apparently, Abby is not only abusing children for profit on TV, from what I can see, she's also a racist. Go figure. A lot of parents came out and complained on Twitter that she would treat the black kids differently and make racist comments towards them. And it's so funny how many kids she got to scream at and dress up in bras to make them look topless, and Lifetime only fired her after she said something racist. Whatever, I'll take it. Now get rid of the rest of the episodes on the streaming services. And you know, one last thing on Abby. You can clearly tell that she's not happy with herself and she's not happy with her own life, and she's taken out on these little kids. Which is fucked up, but what's more fucked up is that these parents are letting her do it. So that's about all I have to say about dance moms, but now I'm going to talk about toddlers and tiaras. Toddlers and tiaras is pretty much just as messed up, only the parents seem to be much more abusive.
My biggest concern right now is that Olivia is going to flip out.
Yeah, my biggest concern is that my kid might have a mental breakdown on stage, but you know what? How about I just keep enrolling her in these pageants that stress her just all to hell? How about I just keep putting this just ridiculous amount of pressure on my child to keep up and maintain, you know? Yeah, hopefully she doesn't have a mental breakdown on stage.
Olivia did great in her bathing suit.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is just, that is 100%, I would say, crossing the line, okay? That is not really an outfit that a child should be walking down a runway in, you know, for judges to look at and see and compare which one looks the best. You know what I'm saying? She is a 3-year-old child. She is not like a 20-year-old woman or anything like that. This poor little girl is dressed basically like a fucking stripper and is being forced to perform for people. Am I the only one who sees what's weird about that? This is bewildering. Dude, that's bewildering to me. I don't care what anyone says. That is disgusting, and there is no reason that should be happening.
She was rocking it, you know? You didn't even have to keep telling her to rock it. She was still rocking.
Yeah, my 3-year-old child in her bathing suit was up there shaking her ass on stage. That's great, man. That's awesome. I actually am gonna blur that out, okay, in post, because it's just fucking disgusting. No one should see that. It's a 3-year-old child, okay? I mean, it just was disgusting.
You can check check out Optimus's video for more on this. Like Dance Moms, this show has hundreds of episodes and you can find it streaming on most services. A psychologist said about the show something to the effect of, they're not pretending, they're emulating their adult counterparts. They don't understand that this is all like pretend and fun. Yeah, no shit. And I guess one of the controversies for this show is one of the moms wanted to dress her daughter up, her 4-year-old daughter, as Dolly Parton. So she stuffed her bra to make it look like she had some big titties. See why I'm not as upset about Cuties? This lady took her 4-year-old daughter and tried to make it look like she had big boobs so that the judges would find her more attractive.
But there is a time from probably 14 years old to 22 where I couldn't leave the house without paparazzi, without just hordes of people anywhere I went, a grocery store or, wherever. And I think it made life so difficult. I don't think young people should be allowed to be famous. Like, if there's somebody who could come in and say, no, they can't, they're not mentally capable of handling this, I think that should happen. Because the thing with former child stars having breakdowns makes so much sense to me, because I think the world that you're thrust into kind of, like, puts you right in line to have a breakdown.
Yeah. Fuck all these kind of shows. Fuck these pageants where little girls have to feel insecure while judges ogle at them to see who's the hottest 9-year-old, and fuck the parents for putting them through this. I hope all these shows get banned. I hope they get rid of all these stupid fucking pageants, and I hope that the parents get charged with child abuse, because that's exactly what this is. But somehow people are outraged at Cuties, but acting like this isn't a problem. Shh, don't tell CBS.